we're gonna start in a child's pose. So coming onto your mat, widening out the knees, bringing the hips back toward the heels, and then walking your arms out nice and long and dropping the head. And from here, just starting to deepen your breath. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Letting the chest be heavy toward the mat, starting to arrive your practice. And as you breathe, maybe you start to notice parts of the rib cage that are moving, the belly expanding. Notice how the body moves when you inhale and when you exhale. Notice the air coming in and out through the nostrils. You notice it's cold against the edges of your nostrils. Take one more deep inhale in your nose, then exhale it out your nose. On your next inhale, lift the head, walk the hands out to the left. And then settle the torso back down, finding a nice side opening on that right side. Let the hips stay nice and heavy. Let the forehead come back down to the mat. Breathing here. And one more deep breath in and out. On your next inhale, lift the chest, lift the head. Walk the hands through center and then out toward the right. Dropping the torso down, forehead down, breathing here. Feeling the length from the left fingertips all the way down to the left hip. Nice, long, lengthened side body. See if we can relax the arms a little bit. Let them be heavy toward the ground. Breathe. Take one more round of breath here. Exhale. As you inhale, use the arms, lift the head slightly, come back through center, arms stretch out nice and long, child's pose. And then from here, we're going to inhale, round the spine, draw the belly in, tuck the chin. Let that slightly lift you up. And then start to use the legs, pressing the knees into the mat to bring you up into kind of a cat pose, but with the knees nice and wide. And then once we get there, with the shoulders over the wrists, we're going to arch the spine, cow pose, draw the shoulder blades back and down, and then send the butt back down to your child's pose. Now, if that was confusing, you need to look up at me, go for it. But as you start to move, you'll probably get what I'm talking about here. We're waving up through child's pose into a version of a tabletop, and then we're arching the spine, sending the hips back into our child's pose. Good. Take it with your breath. So the inhale lifts you up, big rounding of the spine. Once you get to the top of the inhale, we reverse it, arch the spine, send the tailbone back and down to your child's pose. Let's do one more. Make it slow this time. Round the spine, really slowly, press up slowly. And then articulate it on the way down. Arch the spine, drop the belly, nice long neck, send it back. Looking forward, child's pose, and then drop the head here. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. On your next inhale, draw the belly in, press the hands, press the legs, come up, tabletop pose. Wrists come underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And from here, inhale, lift your right leg high, keep the knee bent. And then we're gonna do a few hip circles here, but what's gonna make these hip circles special is that we're only going to move through the hip. So what that means is I want you to take any kind of cat-cow motion of the spine completely out of it. And what that will do is make the hip circle much smaller. But what this is your true range of motion in the hip. So when we compensate and we drop the belly, as I'm doing now, arching the spine, things like that, we can get bigger circles, but they aren't coming from the hip, coming from the back. So do a couple one direction and then switch directions, keeping that lower back as still as you can, making this a hip circle. And then once you've finished a couple going the other way, we're going to stick that right leg out to the right, place the sole of the foot down to the mat, toes facing forward. The arch of the foot is more or less in line with the left knee. And then from here, we'll drop the belly, look forward, arch the spine, stick the butt out, and then exhale, round. Press through your right foot and your left knee into the mat to round. Do a couple here. Inhale, arch the spine, look forward, chest draws forward through the arms. Exhale, round, press. Press away. Press into your mat to draw the spine up, the belly into the spine. Do one more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round, tuck in. Good. Inhale back to a nice neutral spine, nice long neck, neutral tabletop spine. Then inhale, I think we double inhaled. Inhale, lift your right leg back up into that lifted position here, and then exhale, tabletop. So all four limbs are done. Good. Let's take it on the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up and find those hip circles. Keeping the belly and the lower back really still here and looking for that range of motion through the hip joint. Good, take it the other way. Once you've done a couple, we'll send that left leg out to the left, sole of the foot comes down. We press the hands into the mat, and then find some cat-cows here. Drop the belly, draw the shoulder blades down the back, stick the butt out, exhale, round. Move with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale here, come back through center, press through the hands, so lift that left leg up, bend the knee, and then from here, straighten out your left leg, big inhale, look forward. As you exhale, round the spine, tuck your knee to your nose, and then do it again. Inhale, arch the spine, lift the foot, lift the head, exhale, round the spine. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, lift. And then as you exhale, round and hold it. Round and hold it, press the ground away, and then from here, I want you to try to step the left foot in between the hands. Now, I have to come up on my fingertips with the left hand in order to fit my leg through, but rounding the spine is gonna really help too. So if you only get it to here, no problem, use your hand, step it all the way through. Foot between the hands. If you need to scoot your back knee back a little bit, do it. And from here, come up on your fingertips if you need to, otherwise hands can be down or hands can be on blocks. Inhale, look forward, draw your chest forward. And I want you to think about your arch back spine. So like we're in a cow position, in our tabletop, in our cat-cows. We're arching the spine, we're lengthening the neck, and we're drawing the chest forward through the arms. Good. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to slowly send the hips back, but we're going to keep our spine as much as we can in this same position, sending the hips back. You might be really used to when we start to stretch the hamstring like this, rounding the spine and dropping the chin and doing like a cat spine, but I want you to really try to keep the arch and keep that feeling of sticking your butt out behind you. That probably means you will not get as far into the hamstring stretch. All right, come back to your lunge. Inhale, look forward. We're going to move through this. So keep that arch of the spine. Keep that anterior pelvic tilt so the butt is sitting back behind you. As you exhale, send the hips back. Keep it, butt out behind you, fluffing your peacock feathers and then looking forward, chest drawing forward. Good. Inhale forward, sink the hips. And then exhale, send it back as far as feels good, as far as you find sensation. Chest is forward. Good. Come back to your lunge. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee. And we're going to take the same thing now with the back knee lifted. So inhale, look forward. Keep that arch of the spine as much as you can. Exhale. Keep looking forward. Straighten that left leg. Look forward. Nice flat back. You could put a plate of cookies on your back and they wouldn't spill. All right. Send the hips down. Bend the knee. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale. Press the ground away. Nice flat back. If you do not straighten the leg all the way, who cares? Good. Let's do one more. Inhale, look forward, drop the hips. Exhale, keep looking forward, send the hips back, keep tucking, keep arching spine. Good. All right, bend the knee again. Inhale, drop the back heel down. We're setting up for warrior one. When you are ready, press the feet into the ground. Inhale, bring the arms up. Right away, turn that right shoulder a little more forward to the front of the mat, like you're trying to level your chest and both shoulders to the front, parallel to the front of the mat. And then reach nice and tall, like you're pulling yourself longer and taller from the hips. Reaching and breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, maybe you sink a little bit deeper into the legs. Let's do one more here. Inhale, reach tall, maybe you look up. Exhale, sink. Inhale, stay. Exhale, open the arms to the right, warrior two. If you need to lengthen your stance a little bit, lengthen your stance. Warrior two, arms out to the side. Nice strong arms reaching from the front to the back of the mat. Inhale here to get long through the neck, long through the torso. Exhale, sink into the leg. Inhale, reverse it. Keep the legs. Reach the left arm up and over. Right hand can come down to the outer right leg. Big breath in. Big breath out. On your next inhale, straighten your left leg. Straighten your left leg. Reach with your left hand. Good. Stay for the exhale. On your next inhale, draw the belly in and come up. We're going to move into a version of triangle pose. So we're going to reach forward with the left hand, keeping that left leg nice and straight and keeping that left hip pulling back. We reach forward and then we bring the hand down to the leg. Don't put the hand on the knee if you can avoid it, but above the knee is fine and below the knee is fine. So once you've found that spot on the leg, look up to the right. Look at this. Whoa, maybe fall over. Maybe you look up. Maybe you look forward. Maybe reach that right arm up if you like. And from here, maybe you reach that right hand a little bit back. Open the chest a little bit more to the ceiling. Take another breath. As you exhale, big cartwheel of the right hand all the way down to the mat. And then turn the arms, come into your Prasarita, wide-legged fold, and I'm going to turn around. Wide-legged forward fold, both toes point in, heels pointing slightly, heels a little bit wide, toes pointing slightly in. Good. Adjust your stance if needed. Widen the feet, bring the feet in closer, whatever you need. And from here, I want you to press into the legs enough that you can bring the hands to the hips. If that means you need to lift the torso a little more, whatever you need to do. Now from here, I want you to arch your spine. So activate the back body. Draw the shoulder blades together. Feel that down the back of the legs as you arch the spine and stick the butt out behind you. Be careful. Imagine that you can pull your feet together without moving them. Draw the feet in toward the center of the mat and feel the inner legs turn on. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Let's do one more. Big inhale, draw the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, lower it down. Bring the hands down, walk them to the front of the mat. Switching my legs just because I'm on the other side of you. Front of the mat, good. Plant your hands. Drop your back knee. Drop your right knee down. And then press into the ground, round the spine. Lift the left knee. Tabletop pose. Tabletop pose. Wiggle a little side to side. Do whatever you need to do. We'll move into the other side. When you are ready, big inhale. Lift your right leg back behind you. Look forward. Drop the belly to arch the spine. Point the toe. Exhale, round. Bend the knee. Draw the knee into the nose. When you do this, press the ground away with the hands. See how far you can get your leg off the mat. Inhale. Reach. Exhale. Round it in. Belly in. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Hold. Hold it here. Press with the hands. Really press. Lift the leg. And then big step forward. Foot between the hands. Do what you gotta do. Try your best. Meet me there. In your low lunge, we look forward. Arch the spine. Just like before. Draw the chest between the arms. As you exhale, keep that. Keep your shoulder blades together. You might not be able to move back very far with your butt sticking out behind you, but do what you can. Inhale forward. Exhale. Send the hips back. Feel into it. See how it feels. Inhale forward. Especially if this is your morning practice, just see how it feels. Shift the hips back. And inhale, last one. Inhale forward. And exhale. Send it back. Look forward. Inhale, come forward. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. And then look forward here. Arch through that spine. You might start to feel that left hip flexor joining the fun. Now we've got the left leg lifted. And then exhale. Keep the arch of the spine. Keep the flat back. Keep looking forward as you send the hips back. As you do this, see if you can draw your right hip even further back than it was. And then exhale. Send it forward. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale, press the ground away. Draw the right hip back and look forward. Inhale, send it forward. Drop the hips. And then exhale, send it back. You do not have to straighten the right leg all the way by any means. And then inhale, bend the right knee, look forward, drop your back heel. Warrior one, when you are ready, press into the ground, reach it up. Same thing on this side. Draw that left shoulder forward. As you do that, you might notice your left hip pulls forward a little bit too. Breathing here. Big inhale, get long, reach tall, maybe look up. Exhale, sink into your right knee. Good. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, open the arms, warrior two. Reach wide. Strong with the arms, fingers together, gaze over your front finger. And then settle into that front knee, nice 90-degree bend of the right leg. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Legs stay the same. Reverse your warrior. Reach your right arm up and over. Gaze to the palm. Breathe in and breathe out. Get long to the right side body. Finish your exhale. As you inhale, draw the belly in to come up. And then from here, with arms out to the side, you straighten the right leg. And then we come into our triangle pose. Pull that right hip in like you're shifting both your hips over to the left toward the back of the mat. And then we reach that right arm nice and long out to the front and then down to the leg, either below the knee or above the knee. If you can keep a little micro bend of that right knee, it might feel a little better. Recommend it. Now from here, you can keep the left hand on the left hip or bring the left hand to the left hip. Open the chest to the left, draw that shoulder back. If you'd like, you can reach the left arm up to the sky, triangle pose. Breathe. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, circle that left arm up and over and down, and then walk the hands out to the side. Prasarita, second side. Turn your right toes in. And from here, we're going to start as we did before, but we'll keep the fingertips down to the mat. So we'll inhale, draw the shoulder blades together, stick your butt out, like you're trying to stick the bottom part of your butt out behind you. Arch your spine, look forward. And then as you exhale, go ahead and fold. So you can release that arching of the spine, you can release that flat back, you can round and fold. And if you'd like to walk the hands between the feet, go for it. See if you can transfer a little bit of weight from the heels into the toes. See if that brings your head a little closer to the mat. Let the head hang. Wherever you are, let the head hang. See if you can think about letting the torso hang. Torso is hanging from the hips. Breathe in here. One more deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, draw the belly in, walk your hands forward underneath your shoulders. And then we're going to slowly start to walk the feet in to our squat distance. So heels will be slightly in likely and toes will be slightly out. And then we'll drop the hips down into our squat, our malasana. And from here, I'm going to keep harping on it. Bring the hands together, bring the upper arms to the insides of the knees, and then stick your butt out behind you, flatten your back, draw your shoulder blades together, and draw your chest forward through the window of the arms. So it's the same here. We've got the back body really turned on, and we've got that anterior pelvic tilt once again. So the opposite of a back rounding, right? The opposite of this. We've got this. It's harder. And if it's still, especially in the upper back, really hard to resist that rounding down, that might just be something that you're working on. And if you're there, just work against it. It doesn't mean that it will be gone completely today. So breathe, sit nice and tall. Breathe in and out. Let's do one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. All right, on your next inhale, slowly release the arms and bring them back behind you. Use the arms, slowly sit yourself down out of your squat. Bring the feet in front of you, set the soles of the feet down to the mat. Hands are behind you, and let's just find some windshield wiper legs side to side. You know, this is my favorite. Pressing both knees down on either side if you can. Take it a couple of times. And then next time your left leg is in front of you, press that knee down and turn open toward that right leg. So in a way, kind of like a pigeon pose in the right leg, but we've got the left leg back behind us in that 90-90 in our deer pose. Now from here, I want you to round your spine, tuck your chin, tuck your belly in toward the spine. And I want you to do the opposite. I want you to arch your spine, stick your butt out behind you, draw your shoulder blades together. Let's do it one more time. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And then from your arch, either stay right here in this position, or you can start to walk the hands forward over your right leg, coming into a version of your pigeon pose. And once you get there, you might even want to see how it feels. So the reason that I'm harping on this arching of the spine, this tucking or this tilting of the pelvis in a certain way. If in your folded position here, you want to see what it feels like to round your spine, so kind of rolling back on the sit bones and rounding versus rolling forward and arching, you will likely feel a difference. And if you can keep that rolling forward and that arching of the spot of the or tilting of the pelvis, then you can of course drop the head and you can maintain that in the lower back. Do whatever feels good. If you're up here, same thing. Breathing, if you close the eyes. Deep breaths here, deep breaths into the hip. Letting yourself be nice and heavy here. Relaxing where you do not need to be holding tension. Face. Maybe you're squeezing your left hip. See if you can relax. Let's take one more deep breath in and out. On your next inhale, press the hands, sit yourselves on up. And then we'll bring that left hand back behind us and come back with two soles of the feet on the ground. And then find a couple of windshield wipers here before we go to the second side. Notice how that right hip feels as we move now. Good. And then once you come back to that other side, once that right knee is right in front of you, we'll come into our second side here, bringing the hands to frame that front leg. You need to adjust a little bit. Go for it. And then we'll round the spine here once again, just to see what it feels like. Rolling back a little bit onto the pelvis, onto the sit bones, I mean. And then inhale, do the opposite. Send the butt back behind you, arch the spine. Do it again, rounding. And then arching. Good. Now from here, we're going to hold this position. We're holding those shoulder blades back and down, butt back, and then we fold. If it is something in your practice today, go ahead and fold. And from here, once you're folded, once your belly is touching your leg, you can release the head down. If you want to see what it feels like here, you can try rounding through the spine and then coming back into that nice arch. If you want to see. Otherwise, we breathe. We relax into the pose and we breathe. Release that right hip. Release that right glute if it is squeezing. Mine is, so I have to remind myself. Release your face. Release your forehead and your jaw. And just breathe nice and slowly and deeply. Take one more round of breath here. On the inhale, use the hands, press yourselves up, come back through center, couple of windshield wipers here, taking extra care when we're pressing that left knee down in front of us. We just externally rotated and stretched, so now we internally rotate for just a second. And then once you've done it a couple times, come back through center, find a comfortable seat, cross your legs, whatever feels good. Bring the hands to the knees, sit nice and tall. And we'll finish today with a nice deep breath in all together. Inhale. And exhale.